We have a 2018 Ford Expedition. It's in here for the infamous phaser knock. So Sam's gonna go through here and he's gonna tear down, put new phasers, new timing chains, new guides, everything. We'll go over it. We're gonna do it the right way. The only way to do it is to change everything while you're in there. Otherwise you're gonna have a comeback. The hoses, all that kind of stuff. So we'll go over that in a little more detail. She'll put some pieces together kind of through the process. We'll go through the whole job and recap it, what we did and all that stuff. So.
Say she broke my heart from the start. Say she broke my heart from the start, but I'm always cold. Life gets hard sometimes, but I never fall. Counting up bands, ride around with a bag full. Every time I pull up to the bank, it's a cash pull. Shawty try to take all of the cash on my back. She don't know I get it back faster than that. Try to run up on me, run as fast as you can. That boy is talking about me, know that boy is a fan. Fast whips, new chips, new hoes, no skips. Counting up the racks, boy, it's getting hard to focus. Make your bitch disappear like poof, hocus pocus. In a 3.
All right, we're gonna go over in detail with part numbers what's needed to do this timing phaser or camshaft sprocket job correctly in the correct way. First one, we'll just go with a lower radiator hose, okay? Here's your part number right here. I'll show you a little bit why we're changing this. You'll see why. The color on these crimps, they like to split. So that's a lower radiator hose. I believe this is the outlet heater hose. Could be inlet, but I think it's the outlet. Okay. The inlet, I already changed this customer like a month ago or so I'm leaving that alone. So no sense of changing that out. This hose goes through, I believe it goes from the cooler, transmission cooler, all the way to the valve, the flow valve for the cooler. Okay. This hose goes to the cooler into like one of the other coolant supply tubes. We'll just kind of go through what I have here. This is intake manifold gaskets. There's 6 of these. At the bottom of the timing cover, there is a oil pressure solenoid that pops through it. This is the seal for that. This should be a thermostat housing seal. I believe this is a coolant housing seal. You'll need, let me find the second one. You'll need 2 of these. There's 2 of the same part number. On the high pressure fuel pump, there is a mounting base for it. And that, at the bottom of that base, there's 2 O-rings. So there's those. The high pressure pump itself, this is the sealing O-ring for it. As you can see it right there. All right. On the outlet housing or thermostat, one of the 2, I can't remember exactly, but there's an O-ring that goes to it. Right there. The thermostat seal. The thermostat. Okay. On the inside of the timing cover, there's a seal for it. Looks like that. There is the crankshaft pulley bolt, harmonic balancer bolt. Okay. There's 4 bolts that secure the camshaft phaser or sprockets. They're all the same part number. Here is it's going to be 2 exhaust, 2 intake. I'm not sure which one exactly it is. But then there's 2 of the same exhaust, 2 of the same intake. Here's your numbers for those. Those are the updated part numbers. Okay. All right. We have some guides and tensioner guides, which Ford loves to put stickers on for some reason. They can't. That's the craziest thing. This is probably, yeah, this is the guide right here. Here's your part number. I'm not sure if it's a driver or passenger side. Tensioner guide. This is just a guide rail right here. Like I said, I'm not sure what side it is. I have to look. There's another guide rail. Okay. There's another guide rail. I don't know if that part number's going to show up right here. It's better. Okay. Front timing cover, crankshaft seal. Spark plugs. Which is 6 of them, and then 6 ignition coil boots. You got 2 timing chains. Okay. And you have left and right timing chain tensioners. Okay. And then there's 4 of the same thing. They're the VPT oil control valves. They're all exactly the same. Okay. There's 2 drive belts on this vehicle. We have an AC belt, and then we have a main belt. AC. All right, you have this one gets overlooked. And when you pull the timing cover off, this is an auxiliary flow for coolant for the pump. This gasket's always flat, and sometimes they're leaking already into the crankcase. Very common. This pipe's like $10 more than the gasket, so I just get the whole pipe. It's easier that way. Here's the actual water pump itself, the whole water pump assembly. Okay. Which you'll see what that looks like. And I only have one of the 2 valve covers. The other one's coming in tomorrow morning, but here's one of the valve covers. You want to make sure you change these because these are prone to cracking. And if you reuse them, I can almost guarantee they're going to leak. Even if you put new gaskets on them. So that's pretty much the whole shabam there. There is a oil pressure control valve that goes in the pump. It might be a good time to change that also. We were in there. But that pretty much, that's going to take care of this job. Sam's in the middle of it now. He is I think he's a Master Ford technician. He's been at Ford for several years. So he's doing the job as we speak. So we'll have Kenzie, camera girl here, go through here and go through each piece, and we'll start up. But we'll have it knocked out pretty soon.
300 big body, it's a fast whip. Diamond in the rough, I can't keep hoes, I can't trust. Count on money out for fun. Yeah, my cougar pay for lunch. She a eater, she a munch. That boy think that he can touch, but he can't even pack a punch. I'm like Brady in the crunch. Stack my money, it's a bunch. Oh, you talking down on me, you know that I can never trust. I'm a blow, I got a hunch. Wanna whip a foreign with your girl, she on my clutch. Switching lanes too fast, I think my bro, he dropped the Dutch. You can't leave it up to me, I got that Louis on my feet. And I know you try too hard, cause this shit easy to me. And the racks, they got my back, you know my game is staying tight. Try to flex the stacks, but I got it in my bag. Said she broke my heart from the start, but I'm always cold. Life gets hard sometimes, but I never fall. Counting up bands, ride around with a bag full. Every time I pull up to the bank, it's a cash pull. Shawty try to take all of the cash on my back. She don't know I get it back faster than that. Try to run up on me, run as fast as you can. That boy is talking about me, know that boy is a fan.
Say that they can keep up like they don't hear the turbo spool. Take these turns so sharp you couldn't keep up if you wanted to. Swimming with the sharks you get ate up like some beamer food. Kill the lights go dark, nah I ain't seen no beamer coupe. Only smoking weed because I almost had his hands. I don't sip no lean, I hit the highway with my mans. Get this money so fast, why you think they call me Vance, yeah. I do what I want, you only doing what you can, yeah. When I get your girl, I'm gonna pass her like I'm Brady. Always talking shit, but when I pull up, they start hating. And you know I'm staying with the gas like I'm Casey's. Pull up ballin' hard, man, I feel like I'm KD. She can't break my heart because I got 99 HP. When I hit the gas, yeah, we gon' slide and start skating. You can't keep up with us, what are you even saying? Rubies in my ears and the diamonds looking HD.
Said she broke my heart from the start, but I'm always cold. Life gets hard sometimes, but I never fall. Counting up bands, ride around with a bag full.
All right, guys, so we're about halfway through it. Sam is just cleaning up his timing cover, the surfaces on the heads and the block here, getting all of his gaskets prep. Everything's going good. He's got you can see he's got brand new timing chains on, the phasers. He's got the bolts torqued. He's got the new VVT oil control valves. All the new guides on here, new tensioners, everything's in time. He's already spun around and verified. His timing marks are great. He's just, like I said, he's cleaned up the surfaces now. He's fixing to go back, and we actually changed. This is that one piece right here I was telling you about. Let me find the old one. I'm going to show you what it looks like and why we change it. All right, this is the other. It has coolant going through it, and it bolts to the block itself. But you can see the condition of this gasket. Why we change it. I just do the whole piece. It's like $10 more. It makes more sense that way. I mean, you can change the gasket, but for 10 bucks, you get the whole piece. You know, don't risk anything. So, but yeah, definitely incorporate this into the job, guys, because if you left these alone, it's gonna bite you in the butt. You're not gonna be happy. You were just in there. So, yeah, and here's the old phasers and stuff. I have some of these spring pops off. That causes pretty much game over on the engine. That happens, or some mechanical damage for sure. The hoses. Let me see if I can show you these hoses here and why we're changing these hoses for. See that collar right there? See it split? That's why you need to look at your coolant hoses. Those hoses, the collar usually are split already. So while you're in there, do it right. Don't just do it right the first time. You know, if you're talking to a customer, they're like, you know, why is it a little bit more than the next guy? Well, you're doing the correct job. You're replacing hoses that need to be hoses that need to be replaced. You're getting in front of problems that are going to happen after this job. Meaning, if you do just the phasers, let's say the water pump goes out and 3 months later, and they're like, you were just in there, all that labor that you applied to do the camshaft phasers could have replaced the pump at no charge, just the part itself. Same thing with the hoses. Imagine putting this all back together and 6 months down the line, that hose falls off because the crimp came off completely. You have a coolant leak, vehicle overheats, and it blows the head. I mean, those are the things that can happen. So if you know of common failures and you get in front of them now and let the customer know, hey, here's all the common issues. Let's just do it all at once. It makes sense so you can keep the vehicle reliable and drive for the next 3 to 5 years with no problems. So, and that's what this customer elected to do. They said, look, I want 2 to 3 years, no problems, trouble-free. I'm like, this will get you there. I think that he's a little over $6 grand. It's like $6,100, $6,200 in that range for this job. I think he was quoted 55 or 54 at the dealership just for the change and sprockets. That is it, nothing more. And that's why I told the guy, we're more because we're doing a lot more. If you compare apples to apples, all the stuff we did, they add on all those parts, they'll be about $7 grand. So he's saving money, plus he's getting done the first time. I mean, it's expensive. I'm not saying it's not expensive, but if you're gonna do it, you're gonna spend that kind of money, just get it done one time and be done with it. So anyways, we'll revisit when we get closer to the, finishing up the vehicle. We'll start it up together and listen to it. All right, we're back on this Expedition. It's 2018. Sam did all the timing components on there. All the hoses are all split, which we're going to take a look at a few. Spark plugs, the boots. I mean, he did it all. Thermostat, water pump. The way you want it done, it was done. And this is coming from a master tech of Ford. Sam, is that right? That's the way you do it. He's like, the dealership ain't doing it like this. They ain't doing it right, boys. How would the dealership handle that? How would they do this job if you came in?
The phasers and that's it. They wouldn't replace the chains. No.
They just
parts. Yeah. Probably just did phasers and moved on.
Yeah. That's all they would do.
Yeah. That's all.
Not in the customer's benefit. No.
No.
You're paying that much money. You need to do it right. The right way is to do all the components.
I wouldn't have caught all the hoses and.
Yeah.
So just been the phasers and moved on.
But yeah, it sounds great. He did a great job. We did we drove it, make sure the coolant level's good, make sure there's no leaks, there's no fault codes. So I'll show you a few stuff we did over here. We got valve covers done. So he got a lot. So yeah, if you don't do valve covers, it will leak. I guarantee it'll come back. So let's see these hoses. I did one of those hoses earlier. See how these look.
That one I think goes to the rear heater core.
Yeah, you can see right here. If you ignore it, what's going to happen? It's going to split all the way and start leaking. See it? Roll your trash can over here. I'll throw this stuff away. So, and there's an O-ring that I did not have on video that we used. I don't know if you have the paper for it or the bag for it, the O-ring.
Oh, I pitched in there, yeah.
Here's this one here. This one's actually split in 2 different areas, that one hose. So, like I said, if you don't do these hoses, or if you're a customer, you're like, why are they putting hoses on my ticket? Well, it's in your best interest.
They've updated them too.
Yeah, this one looks okay. This is nothing worse than getting this job done than in 6 months or 3 months or hell, a week, and it starts leaking coolant everywhere. This one's just beginning to crack there, just at the beginning of it. So this is nothing worse than paying all that money. It's in the shop, the downtime's there, and you leave and then you have a problem. You don't want to have a problem, especially spending the kind of money that you spend to do this job. It's not a cheap job. Just it's time consuming and a lot of labor. These are the boots. If you change plugs on these turbocharged engines, if you can get a boot, it's recommended to change the boots. Okay, here's a bunch of seals. Here's this water pump. Like, why do the water pump? Well, we're at 90,000, I believe the vehicle has, or something close to it. These are problematic pumps. They usually go out between 60 to like 120 in that range. So, like I said, we're in here, replace it now. The labor's already, you already got to take it off. So let's say we ignore it and 6 months or 8 months later, the water pump starts leaking. We're just in there. We just had it off. Thermostat, kind of the same situation for the cost of it. Sometimes these rubber pieces kind of deform and the rubber sticks open. So that's kind of why we do stuff. We want to be in here doing the job right and just do it the first time. So that goes to scrap anyway. Actually, I'm gonna throw that away. I don't know what the part number, maybe over here. Let's take a look. Nah, that says Dodge. There's, on the lower hose, there's an O-ring that goes inside of it. I gave that to Nick, or Sam. Was that the only one I needed I gave you, or was something else I gave you part-wise?
No, that was it as far as that. Yeah,
that's
that
it.
O-ring.
It goes in a lower hose. There's nothing else I missed?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. We put an air filter in it because it looked poor. But besides that, here's the air filter. Here's the actual air filter that was on the car, so that's why we changed it. So, besides that, I mean, all I can do is just recommend, if you go somewhere, ask them what's actually in the quote. Don't just judge the quote off the total price, because you're making a mistake if you say, hey, one place is 5, the other one's 6. They're not always equal. That quote's probably got a dramatic difference in what they're doing, overall what they're doing on the job, and what they're replacing. So people love to call and find the lowest number. If you get the lowest number, it's probably the worst place to go, to be honest with you. It's probably somewhere in between. The higher end is where the shop that you want to go to get it done correctly. The best thing is to ask questions. What's involved? What do you recommend changing? What do you guys normally change? Why is it? Why are you doing that? Because these are problematic, high failure items. You want to, while you're in there, just do it once instead of just doing each hose each separate time. It'll cost more money to do these hoses one at a time and eventually fail than get in there and just get it done. So, like I said, the customer wanted at least 3 years of trouble-free out of it. I'm pretty confident we provided that for this customer. So you can't guarantee everything. You know, it's a vehicle, things break. But I'm pretty confident that he'll achieve 3 years, no more issues with that vehicle. So hopefully you guys liked it. Any comments below? Until next time, see ya.